Do not allow adverse circumstances or ignorant, chaotic, or malicious fellow man to spoil your joy of being. No one and nothing must succeed in taking you out of this glorious state. How can I achieve this? With the help of discipline and spiritual exercises, as we shall now be discussing. Many a time we have heard the Master say, "Discipline is the beginning of everything." Surprising as it may seem, this also applies to joy. At least, if we have in mind not everyday merriness, but the joy of being in your real existence. It lies, as we have just heard, in your participating in the life of the spiritual world, in communion with your teacher and soulmates. You want to prevent the fire of this joy of being from going out? Then you must refrain from everything that excludes you from this community, that severs the attachment to your paradise. See to it that you are not all of a sudden, as the saying goes, abandoned by all good spirits, and instead surrounded by evil ones. You are unable to enjoy the hours of happiness of meeting your spiritual brothers and sisters if you have drunk alcohol, eaten too much, or given in to irritation, dejection, or aggressiveness. We see spiritual discipline is not an ordeal, but a source of true joy, because it keeps your vibration at an elevated level. The discipline of good is a self-generated joy. The calmness of a yogi is not due to detached imperturbability, but to an inner flaming joy. Such is the path of discipline. Discipline of spirit strengthens the wise. To preserve joy is a spiritual exercise. The four main exercises that help you to transform into a new man, which we had discussed in the broadcasting "We are creating the man of the future," also apply to the attainment and preservation of joy. At the beginning of this video, we had already dealt with the first main exercise, namely establishing a serene state of your being in the morning meditation. Finding elation in contemplation is relatively easy. The great difficulty on the spiritual path is maintaining this high vibration in everyday life on earth. To fill the whole day, every moment, with joy. To do every, even the most boring work cheerfully. To be glad when the sky is blue and the sun shines brightly, is not much of an achievement. But very few succeed, and with much practice only, in keeping a merry disposition under all circumstances, even in bad weather, misfortune, hardship, and worry. The fire of joy must never go out. What a beautiful goal! How do I reach it? With the help of the other three main exercises we are now going to talk about. When I am cast down by the ignorance, wickedness, or selfishness of my fellow men, I often fail to find joy through a mere change of thought. It seems hardly possible to rejoice in such an attack. Yes, I often feel the same way. The reason for that is it is hard to find joy on your own. You can hardly pull yourself out of the swamp by your own pigtail or bootstraps. That is why Agni Yoga teaches one cannot pass without a teacher. One cannot advance without him. One cannot attain without him. So the solution is you close your eyes once in a while during the day. Visit in spirit the ashram of your teacher and throw yourself at his feet. For a tiny moment, you leave the evil world. You take refuge in the teaching, in the teacher, and in the community. Believe me, you will experience yourself in this supermundane atmosphere of solemnity and peace. All the burdens and sorrows of the material plane fade away. You are instantly being uplifted. Here, you will get back quite naturally to the right, namely to joyful thoughts. Here, other standards apply. What happens to your transient personality on earth has no significance whatsoever for your eternal individuality in heaven. You may weep at the breast of your heavenly Father and let him comfort you, like Saint Bernard was consoled by Christ. What is your advice to someone like me, who does not yet have such a close relationship with his spiritual guide that he can go to see and embrace him? Create in spirit, with the help of your imagination, your personal place of refuge in the higher world, to which you can withdraw at any time. For example, on a mountain peak, or in another place in nature. Retreating there has the same uplifting effect as visiting the teacher in meditation. Watch again our video, Exercise Elevation. You should go to your meditation room, rack or cushion much more often during the day, physically or in spirit. Remember the salutary custom of the 5 prayer times in Islam. When your vibration drops and your joy of being dries up, restore it immediately. How do I do that? You reject sad thoughts and replace them with cheerful ones. You say that so simply, as if it were that easy. First, watch again our video Mastery of Thoughts, where this exercise is explained. Then we repeat. We are talking of a process of awareness. Just become aware again of the many reasons for joy we have just listed in Chapter 3. Memorize the most important ones so that you have them ready in case of emergency. Do not remain struck down on the ground. Get up again immediately. You may also go through the 7 steps of the initiation to Agni Yoga in a matter of minutes. This will get you back on your feet immediately. The essence of this main exercise is: you are living in constant vigilance. You control every moment the state of your mind. You sensitively register the slightest attack on your joy of being. For example, through moods such as irritation or dejection, through desires of your body, or through assaults from your fellow man. The sooner you notice a drop in your vibration, the easier it will be for you to rise again. The deeper you fall, the more difficult it is to regain the summit of a serene state of mind. Only you can deprive yourself of happiness. You do not control the events, which is often impossible, but your reaction to them in thoughts, feelings, words, and deeds. This is completely and solely in your power. At the latest in the evening meditation, you return to the realm of eternal joy. You give yourself an account on when and why you lacked cheerfulness during the day, so that you can do better tomorrow. This must not remain abstract. You should focus your day entirely on enjoying your greatest happiness in the evening. To cheer ourselves up, my wife and I are used to call out the words "joy, joy" to each other as a mantra every now and then during the day. You may have heard that wise people in an hour of danger have sometimes exclaimed, "Joy, joy." This exclamation could not have signified mere auto-suggestion. They knew about the treasure of joy and, as it were, wished to draw therefrom a kindling of feelings necessary for achievement. One can borrow out of the treasury inexhaustible forces but they should be evoked flamingly. Rejoice, 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 for the yogi must know the wisdom of joy. The teaching of the Blessed One, Buddha, is to safeguard the joy of spirit. Build up a store of joyful thoughts that you can draw on in gloomy moments. Auch das ist Kunst, ist Gottes Gabe, aus ein paar sonnenhellen Tagen sich so viel Licht ins Herz zu tragen, dass, wenn der Sommer längst verweht, das Leuchten immer noch besteht. One should succeed in building up a stock of joy and in testing it in diverse circumstances and in all kinds of weather.